Welcome back, people. Today I'm going to be showing you how 5 steps to turn your Minecraft pool into something awesome to make your pool look more better. So let's get right on to the video. Okay, so step 1 is to actually make a pool. So what you want to do is just get your iron block and go out by 9. This is just going to be a newbie pool, and then do another one. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So basically just a square pool, basically. Or maybe it's a rectangle. But either way, it'll look very newbie. So like newbie pools, so let me show you what a newbie pool would look like. Alright, so once you're done, you can just fill it in with, so kind of like fill in the second layer with iron, kind of like this. This is if you wanted to build a really basic newbie looking pool that any new player would build if they wanted to build a pool. Alright, so they would probably have something like this. I'm not going to add the water in because now it's time for step 2. So step 2 is to add steps. So like, what I mean by that is you probably want to get your quartz slabs. It kind of looks like the iron. And make some steps. So just like, so something like this. That would just make it look a lot nicer. We'll probably add this sort of thing. Like these. So like this is what looks nice. This is what you would want if you were to make a pool. This is what you would want in your pool. You would want steps so you can actually get out instead of just hopping out in the water. So we need to make it actually even. Just like that. No, not like that. And then make it go this way. So when you want a pool, you want something more of a modern-ish looking style. I'll show you what if you want kind of like a more like traditional looking house. I mean pool. We'll do house later in another episode, in another tutorial. But like, you could actually, to make it look nicer with the quartz, you could actually change the iron into the quartz, but it's fine for right now. I'll change that later. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. So basically, if you want it to look a little bit nicer and more like luxurious, I guess, looking, you can make it turn instead of the iron turn into quartz, you can turn it into quartz, and it just looks a bit nicer just because it looks more smooth and it's not like you're standing on just plastic. The iron's not plastic, so I don't get why I said that. I don't know. You can't really feel in Minecraft, but so step 2 is to, I guess, make steps or change it into quartz. So like that. Step 3 is to add water fountains. So what I mean by that is something kind of like this. You can add a little bit of detail. So something kind of like this, and then just something kind of like that. And then you can do the same thing on this side. So boom, 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 boom. So something like this. It just looks a bit, let's say, nicer. And what you could do is then you can get the water from here and then make it go down. So I think that just looks a bit nicer when it comes to when you add the water. It looks just pretty more kind of, it just looks nicer, if you know what I mean. Just make it straight. My third step is if you want it to look like more of like, I guess, let's say a jacuzzi, or just make it more of like, you can add, well, I don't even know, but you can add a fountain. So something sort of like this, and then you can make the water come down. Well, you don't really have to make the water come down from the top. I just think it looks cooler. And then you have a fountain in your pool. So you have something like this. Now step 4 is to add up another layer of this quartz stuff. So kind of like an outer layer. You don't really have to do one for these. And then there you go. So you should have, so then you can have something that looks sort of like this. Yeah, so something that looks like this. It looks pretty nice. You've got to say, it looks pretty nice. Wait, there you go. Finally, step 6 is to probably make it more detailed. So like you can add seats, kind of like that. Same thing on the other side. So like boom, boom, and boom, boom. And then it just looks like a lounging area. It kind of looks more detailed, and yeah. So you got your the stuff, and then let's say, and then so make it more detailed. It's like another thing you could do is add kind of like a waterfall, or like if you want to, you can add like a waterfall kind of thing, and then so like cover this up like that. So they kind of look like steps, but then you transform them, and it looks like it really does look like steps. And you can have a water fountain running down, and then from here you can add kind of like a little jacuzzi area where you can have your friends, and yeah. So I'll speed up. Okay, so then you should have something like this. It just looks a bit nicer, And then you can, sorry, something happened. And you can add just steps leading down from the jacuzzi area. And yeah, so basically this was a tutorial on how to turn the awful looking newbie pool into something more awesome. And yeah, so then if you want to and you have a house, you can lead this like a path to the house. But I think this is more of like a modern type of thing, more luxurious type of pool. If you're going to have it, you can just sit in here, lay down on the chairs, or you can just hit the jacuzzi like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and comment down below what we should do next. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and let's hit the cinematic.